Hi, everybody. I just looked at my settings and it told me that I had it set for 2:06. So I see that there are 9 of you on here, and thank you for those thumbs up. I don't know. I thought I double checked my to see if it was scheduled for the right time, but my frugal RV gal isn't here to help me with all of that. And so it looks like I scheduled it for the wrong time. So I'm really grateful for those of you that are on here. Thank you. And wow, it looks like it dropped down to 4 people. So I'm not sure what happened, but anyway, I'm here, and I saw that Tony was in San Antonio, and she was on here for a little bit. My cousins Mike and Cindy, thank you. Brenda Whitlock is in Drizzly, Kentucky. Alicia, everybody say hi, happy birthday to my great niece, Alicia. She will be 16 day after tomorrow. Oh my goodness, to be 16 again. Happy early birthday, Alicia. Love you. Linda, currently in Texas. Hello, my darling. Are you really in Texas right now, Linda? I thought that you were not currently in Texas. Richard, thank you. How is your weather in Phoenix? I'm hoping that you're having some pretty weather these days. On the 28th, I thought it was, what is today's date? I mean, I know it's the 28th. Isn't today the 26th? Am I off a day? I'm off somewhere. Wait a minute. On the Alicia, you're messing me up. Your birthday, today is the 27th, and your birthday is day after tomorrow, the 29th, right, sweetheart? Am I getting it right? Camp Goer 1, hi, nice to see you. Jacqueline Burrell is on here. Living Large Lodge Life, I love that. Yes, this is one of my favorite magical, healing, wonderful favorite places on the planet. I agree with you about this state park. Gray Lemons from Florida. Hello, my darling. I love you so, so much. Let me take a drink, you guys. I'm a little bit hoarse. It's not from yelling at people because I'm alone, and I'm not yelling at Bandit. He's down here playing. It's from crying, but I'm all right. It's just been a grieving kind of week. Watch, there's ravens fixing to fly by. See them? That's why I have the camera turned at such a strange angle. Oh, thank you. I do too. Frugal RV Gal got these for me for my birthday in July. And I can't remember the town. It was a really, really cool town. And we were sitting in a restaurant, and this lady came in selling her wares, and got this pair and another pair. That was so cool. But I have this I don't understand, Kathy. She's saying I did great at the post office. Thank you. No problems. Thank you, but I don't know what you mean. I have this camera angle like it is because I want y'all to be able to see the ravens. They come every day about this time, and they will sit on these rocks, and they just squawk at me and Bandit. And we sit there and talk. Yes, I am having a meetup, Camp Goer 1, my big annual meetup. I have many meetups throughout the year, but my big annual KOKO Fest meetup, and it will be my 7th annual meetup. Can you believe that? 7 years I've been doing this. Well, I've been on the road 8 years, but I've been doing a meetup every year for 7 years. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's a lot of work, but I so enjoy the people and getting to see everybody, like, be on the road. Bonnie will be there. And Bonnie, is this your 3rd meetup that you will be to? Pup Camper 58, Montezuma, Iowa. That means you're on the road. When you say we just stopped for the day, I'm assuming that means you and your beautiful dog Clover drove all the way from northern Illinois Illinois at a conservatory city type park. $20 a night for electric. Oh, temperature's freezing. I'm so sorry to hear that. But anyway, y'all be sure and say happy birthday to my great niece Alicia, who is turning 16 this weekend. Silver Warrior, I am doing good, sweetheart, and we're going to talk about that for a little bit. 80s in New Jersey. Yay! Glad to hear that, Kathy. Love you too. Robin, good to see you. And thank you for being here. And I sent you a message, Robin, that I've got 2 different emails for you. So I need to know which one is correct. Richard says 86 in Phoenix and a low of 60. Brr. Judith, she is at the Lollapalooza tribute event and is saying hello from Texas. Thank you, Judith. Love you. Miss you. Can't wait to see you. Becky McKinney, she and Wade are in rainy Cat Spring, Texas. Yay for the rain. Grateful. Linda says she's leaving on Sunday to Sweden. Ah, what a wonderful trip. Happy and safe travels to you. I have 36 of you on here right now, 16 thumbs up. So if y'all could give me the thumbs up and make sure that you're subscribed, I would really appreciate it. Y'all can't see my t-shirt, but I'll show it to you in a minute. Let's see. Yeah, I thought your birthday was on the 29th, Alicia. You're just trying to mess with your great aunt, aren't you? I love you, my darling. Yes, Camp Gora 1 would love for you to be here. And Norman in San Diego. Hello, my darling. Kathy Decree says, on Rob's video, you and Jenna joke about your trials with mailing things, confusing things. Yeah, you know me so well. But I didn't mess up anywhere. Great job, Jenna would be proud. Haha. I don't know about that. Are you trying to tell me that you got your package, Kathy? And if so, that's awesome. But I don't know about messing up. I haven't contacted everybody to see if they got their packages. So if you got yours, I'm glad to hear that. Bonnie evidently got her recipe book. That's awesome. She's saying that she loves the Nomad cookbook, especially the easy potato salad. That is awesomeness. Oh, look at you guys telling my great niece happy birthday. Thank you, Judith. I can't wait to see you. So I've got to sing happy birthday to my niece because I don't get to see her this year. And I usually get to see her when I'm in Texas because I'm usually in Texas this time of year. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. But y'all can join with me wherever you are. But happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my sweet Alicia. Can't believe you're 16. Happy birthday to you. Oh, that's so awesomeness. Robin says her grandson turns 7 tomorrow. Oh, that is just so great. You want to come up and say hi? You got tangled, didn't you? How did you do that? How did you do that already? How did you do that, buddy? You get tangled. There's nobody even here and you got tangled. Y'all hang on, my dog got tangled. And when there's nobody even here for him to get tangled up with. Okay, he wants to come say hi. You're welcome, Alicia. It looks like I got horns. So anyway, I hope that the ravens come back. They might not since I'm sitting out here talking so much. But yeah, you want down now? You just wanted to come see who I was talking to? Yeah, don't fall out of the chair. I might. Hi, Sue. Good to see you. I think I sent you a package, Sue, or does it go out next week? I get confused on all the packages that I have to, not have to send out, but that I send out and have to track. And so I know I'm sending something, so I can't remember if I already did or if it's on its way. What? He hasn't heard me talk much except on the phone because it's just been he and I camping, so he gets so confused. Sue is in Utah. G-O. Oh, I hate it when I thumb text and I hit the return too soon. I get it, Marcia Mouse Boots. We met a long time ago, and it's so good to see you on here today, my darling. Thank you. Lisa, hi. Glad you're in the house. Happy to see you. Can't wait to see you. What is it? Just a week or two till my meetup. Mouse Boots is, oh, good. Sue did get her package. Yay, glad to hear it. Mouse Boots is in Tennessee. And Kathy, thank you so much for letting me know that you got yours. I know we've talked by email and text to Kathy, but I can't keep straight whether we talked about your package or not. So thank you for letting me know. And so, yes, my meetup is here at City of Rock State Park. It starts on November 6th at 4 o'clock. Everybody will register and get their goodie bag. And it ends Friday, November 10th at noon. We have to be out of the pavilion, and the park is full, so you might not be able to get reservations, but we have people that are willing to share, and there are 12 first come first serve sites in the park. So be sure that you go to the KF23, which stands for KOKO Fest 2023. Go to the KF23 KOKO Fest 2023 Facebook group. I've got the schedule on there. I've already got where like dump stations are nearby, and every day between now and the meetup, I will be putting something up important that you need to know. And so even if you want to come and you can't get a reservation, please join us, and we'll find a spot for you. Pup Camper, yes, I got your message, and you are on the itinerary. And I'm sorry, I thought I replied back to you. So yay. And I know you've been busy at your mother's and all of your electrical issues and issues you've had going on. And thank you for making the extra effort to still make it. I'm so grateful, and please be safe on the road. And Kathy, yay, I was wondering, you hadn't mentioned it, and so I didn't want to ask, but so Kathy is going to be here, and I'm so glad you'll be getting on the road then soon, Kathy. That's awesome. And yes, she is willing to share Site 7. Gray, you are so great. Thank you. And I miss you so much. And Florida just seems so far away. And I just miss you and Taco and JT. And y'all just all give each other a hug for me and Bandit. And know that you are loved and missed every day. Sue's at Large is going to be in Space 3. It's so exciting. Camp Goer 1, my meetup is at City of Rocks, New Mexico State Park, November 6th through 10. The park is currently full. It has been, I think, for a little over a month, maybe even a little longer than that. And but we have people that are willing to share, and there are 12 first come first serve sites. And the park superintendent has told me he will work with me on finding people room. So if you want to come, be sure to join the Facebook group and let us know. Sue, that's a good point. She says she may have room at her site, but it's site 15. If you guys will go to my on my channel, I did a walk around the entire park. I walked. You can't do that, buddy. He was looking at the that you want down now. He says, well, if I can't put my face in the camera, I just want down. You're a good boy. I did an entire walk around the whole camp, and I showed every single site that is in the campground, and even the first come first serve sites, the walk-in sites, everything. It took about 4 hours, but I condensed the video to show you just the sites. And so if you're interested in coming, or if you're wondering what your site looks like, if you didn't see that video before you reserved your site and you're wondering if it's level or not, you can go look at your specific site on that tour video. Let's see. Oh, yay, you got your transmission fixed and all of the electrical on your RV. That is so great. And you got to spend 2 weeks with your mother. That is such a blessing, Cheryl. And I just have from here on out, no more troubles, and just have a safe trip. I know. And oh, yes, we're going to talk about Lola in just a minute, Ramblin' Rome. And yeah, Bandit had to get up close and personal. So let me go, Ramblin' Rome. That was a great, and I miss you, Ramblin' Rome. Gosh, what has it been? 2 or 3 years since we've been able to see each other, sweetheart. And I think my last meetup that you were able to come to, if I remember correctly, and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Yes, Marsha, Bandit usually does whatever he wants. But I think, Ramblin' Rome, it was, I think we saw each other at the van build in Parker, but I think my last meetup, yes, too dang long, was in Quartzsite, sweetheart. So I hope I get to see you again soon. So let's talk about my title. It's called Real Talk, and I'll come back. Y'all keep commenting and talking and everything, and I'll come back and catch up. But it's called Real Talk, Grieving and Celebrating. And here's the deal. I am in this beautiful City of Rock State Park. The ancients were here. I can't remember how many millions years old it is. It's in the plains. They're around these rocks, and these are 30, 50. Some of them are even taller. There's nothing. It's just plains, and then beyond that is mountains. And this is an outcropping from a volcanic eruption. But the indigenous used this as sacred ground, and sometimes it almost feels invasive to be walking around, because there are burial sites and everything here that we don't know about. There are petroglyphs in the park. There are grinding stones in the park. In fact, we're going to be doing a treasure hunt, and people will get prizes and everything for that. And again, go to the Facebook group and look at the schedule, and it'll tell you all about that. But it is you can feel the sacredness of this spot. And 2 years ago, I was here when my mother died, and this year I'm here and grieving the passing of Lola, Lost on Land again. And for those of you that don't know, it's pretty much all over the internet now. I canceled last Friday because she had just died on Thursday. There was only a handful of us that knew that she had even been sick. It came on suddenly, and took her within a few weeks, and she didn't want people to know. We couldn't even tell those people closest to us because she asked us not to. And we knew that she had days or weeks, but we didn't know that day when she went on hospice that she only had hours. I mean, it just all happened so fast. And I canceled my FNL because I was crying and grieving, and I only said that I had lost a friend, and I didn't say who, because I didn't feel like it was my place to make a public announcement about her death. That was up to the family and to Vicky, her best friend, her lifelong friend, her soul sister, and her family, to make that announcement. And so I only put out there that I was publicly that I was canceling because I'd lost a friend, and it has been so hard. Oh, and is my sweet Jana on here? Hey, Frugal RV gal, good to see you. She also is at the Lollapalooza tribute event in Texas. We are Gray. If you didn't know about it, I'm so sorry that you heard it this way. That's what I hate, is for people that knew and loved Lola to hear it like that, and I just didn't I didn't want to do that. But yes, it is better for her that it was fast. And so I can't wait to see you, Jana. Tony Vessels, good to see you. And it is while it is hard to, I do drop in, while it is hard to be here by myself and be grieving alone, it also is a fitting place for me to be. And I can't wait to see you either, Jana. It is a fit, and Jana and I are in touch daily, and she's made me a part of the tribute there as much as she can, and I'm very grateful for that. And Vicky has too, our dear friend Vicky. The couple of days that she's there, she'll send me a polo and show me what they're doing, and just make me a part of it as best they can, and I'm so grateful for that. But it usually. Lola always had her Lollapalooza the week before Halloween, and she it got moved up this year for a couple of different reasons, but nothing that had anything to do with Lola. It was at all, and but ironically, you guys, she passed last Thursday on what would have been the first day of her real Lollapalooza, if she had been holding it again this year. And so how ironic is that? And I shared in a Patreon post with my KOKO Fam that, she always did have a wicked sense of humor. And so last week would have been Lollapalooza, but it got moved up a week. And when it did, I had to bow out. And because I couldn't go to Texas and be there at the Texas event and then make it all the way back to New Mexico for my event in just a few days. And this is my 7th annual event, and when Lola starts, I did my first one in 2017, and when she was going to do her first one in, I think it was Jenna, wasn't it 2019? When she did hers, 2019, the first one, or was it 18? I'm getting confused. But when she did her first one, she called me and she goes, I'm thinking about doing this. Yes, which, Jen, I threw out 2 different dates. I'm sorry. 2018 or 2018. I thought so. Because I had my first one in 2017, and then she started hers the next year. Dan is on here. Hi, sweetheart. Good to see you. And Dan has been posting some things on Instagram and Facebook and shorts, and so y'all be sure and check that out. But she called me and she's like, Vicky and I are thinking about doing this. What do you think? How much work is involved, and would you recommend it? And I was honest with her. I said, girl, it is more work. And of course it's grown over the years. And I said, it's more work than you can imagine that it's going to be. And it is also so worth it. Not only for getting to spend time with the people and getting to know people, because we do get to do that, but holding that space. And I'm in this sacred space that I just got through talking about, and I told her at that time, and it's just so odd. I've been and I look back over our emails and our messages, and back then you could comment in the back side of YouTube, and so I lost some of those, but a lot of ours. And then we started texting. We decided to exchange phone numbers before we even met, and I told her, I said, it's like it's like holding a sacred place for people to meet, and there's just nothing that can replace that. And I'll be honest with you guys, I was having some meltdowns today because I can't be in Texas. And I can't be with my friends, and we're not only grieving that we don't get to see that beautiful face and voice and spirit and fun person that here on earth that was Lola, but it's also a celebration there of they get to talk and remember, and I've been going over all of the photos, and she's one of the few people out here that have met my trustee and bestie David, and I've talked with him and shared a couple of memories with him, and what I want to say is that there is a song by Megan McDonough, and that's MEGON MCDO. That's as far as I can get you, Megan McDonough, and it's called "If I'd Only Known." And the song is about if I'd only known it was the last time I'd see your face, hear your voice, walk with you, talk with you, that type thing. And it's just a beautiful song. But in concert one time before she sang it, she said, I wrote this song for the people on this earth that are so rare. And Badge, I think, said it best. And for those of you who know who Badge is, you know who I'm talking about. But Badge said it best, that Lola was one of the greatest people on the planet. And that's true. And Megan McDonough said in concert that it is rare for those people that can always make others feel better about themselves, better about life, better about the world, that can make them see themselves better than they feel about themselves, and that they just exude love. And that's Lola. It's also Vicky also. And if Vicky's on here, or if Vicky watches this, I want her to know that she shares that same essence. I think that's why those two were so bonded. And I've been listening to that song, and I have chosen to listen to the live concert part of it, because that is just so true. And in that, we get to celebrate that we knew her, and got to spend time with her when she was here. And for those that were even closer to her, and like Dan and Vicky and Jenna getting to Frugal RV Gal, getting to be together this week, I'm so grateful that they got to be there. And there was a part of me that wanted to just chuck everything and drive there anyway. And so many times I got really close, and Jenna would talk me down off the cliff and tell me, no, you cannot make this drive. And for anyone watching this that doesn't know, with my brain injury, it would have just done me in. And whether I drove back and held my meetup or not, to make that fast of a drive to Texas, I just can't do anymore. But I really, 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 really wanted to. And it was hard not to. And so what I do every day instead is I take long walks, and I stop and I think about the love and light that Lola just sent out into the world, and now into the heavens. And and I'm grateful that she didn't suffer long. Like I said, it came so fast, and took her so fast, and in that there is a blessing. But here's the other thing on the flip side of that is, the other thing Megan McDonough talks about in her live concert is that there are those rare people that don't hurt others, unintentionally or intentionally. And in this day and age, that is so rare. I like to be love, and I tell everybody all the time, be love, and I fall so short of that. And I want to be like Lola and Vicky when I grow up, especially Lola. She is inspiring. Even not being here, she is inspiring. And even today in my meltdowns, my dear cousin who's on here, she called me and she was talking about, because I'm having a meltdown trying to do all of this by myself and everything. And and she was like, well, honey, it should be fun. And she kept going, fun, 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 fun. And I know that that's a huge mantra, and I get it. But it's like, sometimes when you're struggling, it doesn't, I love you too, Cindy, it doesn't feel like fucking fun. And the thing is, though, is I think what I'm learning through this is just to remember that it's temporary. Not all of life, all of life is so temporary, but that the hard times are temporary. And losing Lola has changed me on a profound level. I found myself getting angry when I saw some of her tributes that showed people in her life that I knew had hurt her. And it was hard to hurt Lola because she was just such love. And if she did feel hurt, I think it was because it just touched that tender part of her. And I'm like, no, what would Lola do? Lola would be like, aww. And so I made myself go back and watch it. And when those faces came up, I just went, aww. And so I'm sharing all of that because it is and I almost canceled my FNL. I told my cousins today, I just can't do it. Yes, she did, Nan. Lola had light in her eyes, joy in her heart, and a desire for adventure in her soul. She did. And when I'm having a hard time, I'm like, oh my God, get over it, because Lola would give anything to be able to be here and be struggling with all that I'm doing and trying to get done, and it's all good problems. And she's just it has changed me on a profound level. And I also want to tell people, because I also know it's coming up on the anniversary of losing my dear friend Chuck, and his beautiful wife continues to struggle off and on, as we all do when we lose that I can't even imagine that lifelong partner, and like Vicky losing Lola, and who's been like her soul sister, and they did everything together. They were best friends. They were like sisters, best sisters and soul sisters. And it's okay. I've also had to tell myself it's okay to grieve. It's okay to feel that sadness. And I struggle when I am doing things anyway. Kathy was talking early on in the live stream about joking about me getting things done at the post office and doing it on my own. And Jana, you are so missed, not just because of being here with me and keeping me organized and double checking me on stuff, but just your companionship, sweetheart. I look forward to seeing you, and I look forward to seeing everybody that's going to be attending my meetup in a week or two. But it's what I don't want to do is what's called emotional malpractice. When somebody is hurting and grieving and trying to shut that down immediately, because I know it's painful for everybody to see somebody in pain, and we don't want pain. Nobody wants pain and sadness and suffering. Nobody wants that. But it also sometimes needs to come up and out and be felt, and it's also a way of honoring that person, I believe. I apologize. And Megan, you lost your husband. I know you know, and it depends on how it's. I think on how it's done, whether it's done as grandstanding or done as heartfelt loss. and love. Love is always the key. Love and light. Dan just mentioned light. and it's just, those people are so precious. I don't ever want to miss out on letting the precious people in my life know what they mean to me. And so today when my cousin was like, honey, this should be fun. I'm like, it's not fun. I immediately had to say, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you. I owned it. I just said, I'm having a hard time. And, I also want to share, and some of you aren't going to agree with this, and that's okay. But in this world that is so turbulent, something happened to me, and I don't even know how any of you will feel about this, but when I got back in my rig, I felt Lola sitting beside me and talked me through it, and I'll tell you what happened. Let me get a drink. Frugal RV gal knows about this. So in getting ready for my meetup, oh, let me show you all my t-shirt. Look, my t-shirt is my Lola 2020 t-shirt. Jenna, I don't know which one you're wearing today. I know you had said you were going to wear a Lollapalooza t-shirt every day, but this is the one that I wore today. Is Lollapalooza 2020. And so I in getting things ready for my meetup, there's a lot to do, and I had gone to get some things printed at Staples, and I'm going to back up a moment, and I'm going to come back to the Staples parking lot story, and I'm just going to tell you that out here on the road, more and more and more, I am seeing so many more homeless people than I ever have in my life, let alone the 8 years that I've been on the road. And do not go into politics on my channel. You'll get deleted and blocked right away. But especially in the last 5 years, it's just more and more and more. I'm seeing more and more and more people living in vans and trucks and cars, broken out windows, just doing what they can. I was camped the other day, and I'm so blessed with this RV. She gives me fits. She's barely running. I'm trying to make arrangements and Dan, thank you. He told me about the tune-up. And I'm trying to make arrangements to get a tune-up on her because she barely made it here, and I'll get her taken care of. And so she gives me fits. But what a mansion that I get to live in. The other day I was camped, and I looked around me, and on one side of me was a woman using a cane to get in and out of her car. And her door, she had to use her cane to shut her damn door on her car, and she was living in that thing. And, you know, and on the other side of me, there was a younger guy living in his truck, and I don't know his circumstances. He certainly didn't look the druggy type. He didn't have that frame, and he took good care. He took care of himself and his belongings, and he would wash his clothes out, and you can just always tell when somebody's down on their luck and they're doing the best they can. And I've just been noticing that more and more and more and more out here, and less and less and less camping becoming available, because it's just like it's going to go, they're going to oppose each other. The more they're out here trying to and having to live like that, the less camping they're going to do to try to moderate and maintain the public lands. It's just going to be in direct opposition of each other, and that's just how it has to be for a lot of reasons. And it's just heartbreaking. And so going back to the Staples parking lot, I'm sitting there, and I was going to go into McDonald's and get me something to eat, and for breakfast before I went into Staples. And I am not saying that homeless people are dangerous. Homeless people are I'm a degree of separation. Oh, Kathy, thank you. And I think somebody else gave me a super chat tip while ago, and I was in the middle. Gray, it was Gray. Gray says, blessings to you all. I'm so sorry. I love you, Gray. I thank you so much. And Kathy, oh my goodness, help with the tune-up. Hugs and love you too. Kathy, you're always so good to me. I love you. Oh God, squirrel. Let me think. Squirrel. Didn't want a squirrel tonight. Oh, degree of separation. I've been going through old photos, like I said, and I've been running across a lot of old things. And I ran across pictures of, and I'll be sharing them on Patreon, of when I used to have my husband and I had 7 homes. Nobody should have 7 homes. That's so ridiculous. But I was looking at our place in Palm Springs, and it was at this place called the Vintage Country Club, and I loved that place, and I loved it because it also was set against some sacred mountains, and I was able to get out of the limelight in that place. I could play tennis with people I didn't know, and just go play tennis and go back to my house and swim. And I know how privileged all of that sounds. Please forgive me. I get it. I know how privileged. More help with it. Thank you, guys. I did not share this for that, but thank you so much. Thank you. I really didn't. Thank you, though. And, I just ran across all of my old photos of the life I used to have that just seems so unreal. And like I said, I'll be sharing those with my KOKO Fam members on Patreon soon. And I've lived in a tent. And if my rig breaks down, of course, here I am getting all this help, and you guys are just amazing. But there are so many in our country, well, and worldwide, but in our country that live paycheck to paycheck. And that if something happens to your job, I have a friend, her husband's a pharmacist, and she's a teacher, and they've had such a hard time of it because his pharmacy closed down, and then he went to work for a chain thinking he'd be safe, and that chain closed 7 stores in his state. When none of us have the right or the opportunity to be smug about whatever lifestyle we're living. I have this house that I think for me is a mansion, especially compared to being in assisted living or living in that stupid tent that I had to do for months. The Texas lady, let me see what you said. Thank you for sharing your life and stories. Oh, thank you, guys. I honestly, I'm not sharing for that, but I really, really, really appreciate it. And again, keep in mind that it doesn't help that I'm alone. you know, y'all know I love solitude and nature. I'm in my happy, peaceful place.
But I hope that anybody watching this that doesn't know me doesn't think I'm a lunatic because of this. But I have to share from my heart tonight. Thank you all for the super chat tips. So I was sharing that none of us have the opportunity or the right to be smug about whatever our lifestyle is. So I was sitting in this parking lot and I was watching these homeless. And there was another town that Friggle RV Gal and I had been in that just was teeming with homeless. And this was pretty much the same way, completely different town. And I often say desperate people do desperate things. Desperate people feeling desperate feelings do desperate things. And you just never know who you might turn into when your world changes like that and you're desperate. But I was watching them. One of them was literally checking out empty cars, not empty cars, but people weren't in their cars, and they were literally going up and looking in the cars. Again, none of them look druggies to me. And I'm not judging on that, but I have drug and alcohol addicts in my family. I know what that looks like, and meth heads always have a certain look and teeth, and you know, sometimes they're pretty identifiable. So it's not a judgment thing. It's an observation thing. That didn't seem to be the case. They just looked desperate. But I didn't feel safe. And again, with my RV, I don't get to go through the drive-thru. You can't pull an RV through a drive-thru. I don't get to park in these tiny dang spaces. What is it with all of these people that build these businesses with these tiny parking spaces and these tiny parking lots? I have an RV. And so I have to park out. I have to find a place where I can park, where I can park out into a big parking lot and walk, or park down the street and walk down the street. Either way, I'm happy to do that. It's a privilege to live in this RV. And I didn't feel safe doing that. And my heart was breaking for those people. And I left, and I went over to and I'm going to share one more thing. My rig, this time of year, I'm stockpiling so much stuff for KOKO Fest and for my book signings in the winter. I just had box after box after box after box, so I couldn't cook until I got to a campsite and I get things out and can do that. And I've now put my tent up here at my campsite, and I showed my cousins and Jana my tent, and I've put the boxes in there and everything. But I was hungry, and I was in Staples, and I was waiting on the order. And I'm in there spending I don't know, I don't remember exactly what it cost. Jana, if you're still on here and you remember, I think it was like $140, something like that. But I'm one of these privileged people that have been able to save up and have money to get this print job done. And all I could think of, instead of thinking of those homeless people, was that I was hungry. Thank you, Jenna. Me. And I go back out to my rig, and Jana Friggle RV Gal calls, or I call her, or I don't remember, and I said, you know, it's weird. On this side of the parking lot, there aren't any homeless. They're all over there by McDonald's where I want to eat. I wasn't saying it like that, but that's kind of how, what I was thinking. It's they're all over there where I want to eat. You know, they're not over here. And she said, well, honey, that's because they're hungry. That's where the food is. And you know, guys, I want to be the person from now on. What would it have hurt for me to go in? There was probably about a dozen of them around the area. Spend you can get a double cheeseburger at McDonald's these days for $3. $40 and I just spent $140, for my meetup on printing. And I could have bought them cheeseburgers. And I know that there's people that are going to say, oh, they're just milking the system or whatever. And again, you don't have the right to be smug. You don't know when you lose that Palm Springs home and your job and your health, and you don't know the circumstances, and it doesn't matter. What difference does a $3 cheeseburger make? I could have done that, and I will from now on. I'll do it where I'm safe. I'll make sure I'm safe. But anyway, Frugal told me that. She said, honey, because they're over there where the food is. Oh my God, had not even occurred to me. And you guys know how many times, if you've read my story, how being a nomad saved my life, and you know my childhood, you know how many times I've gone to bed hungry in my life. I know what that feels like. And I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking of all of this stuff, and all of a sudden I just felt, and Jenna and I'd hung up, and I just felt Lola's presence, and that love, and that serenity, that genuine ease of life that she carried with her enveloped me and them, and just that feeling of oneness and peace. And I almost canceled tonight's FNL, and I got a text from my friend Tracy out of Santa Barbara. Tracy's the only one of the rich bunch from back in the day that I'm still in communication with. And it was about Lola led with her heart. And she's like, if you want to lead with your heart, then just lead with your heart. And if you need to cry on your FNL, cry on your FNL. If you need to be real and share what's happening in your life, don't worry about what others are thinking about you. You lead by example of what you want this world to be. And I was like, I want this world to be like Lola. I know that what I wrote in my book, How Being a Nomad Saved My Life, that being able to be out in solitude and be out in nature gave me my life. It saved my life. I love you guys too. Thank you, Lisa. And I'll go back and read some of the comments here in just a second, you guys. I promise. Thank you. And thank you all for staying on here with me. I'm sorry, I forgot to bring Kleenex out. I've been reminding Jana all week. Be sure you take Kleenex with you. Here, baby, what is it? You're okay. You drug your bed. No, come here. You're dragging your bed. You're okay. Good boy. And now I forgot my Kleenex. Squirrel. That gives me a chance to take a drink. Okay, I remember. And I know that solitude in nature gave me my life back and helped my brain heal to the point that it has to where I can function in life. It is real clear to me in these days of being by myself that I can't be on my own. I'm not going to tell you the accidents I've had and the things that have happened because frugal RV gal will drive faster than she needs to when she heads back this way next week. And Lola and Vicky, two of the things they cherished most was going camping and being out in nature. And yes, my sweet bandit has been so good and extraordinarily snuggly more than usual, and just constantly has to be touching me somehow. And I know it's going to be hard for Vicky moving forward and doing her camping and everything without Lola, just like this week has been hard for me without Jana. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it's been. And in that there is still solace, there is still healing. And I also, for the first time, this is a big one for me, you guys. And for the first time, I realized that as much as I need that, I also need the connection. The human connection, the human touch, the human spirit, the human fun, the human gregariousness, and you know, the Dan Van likes to say, I'm having fun and you should be too. It's that proverbial balance, right? I will still need both. But I want to be the kind of person that when my day comes was an inspiration somehow. Not just because of my brain injury, not just because of what I've been able to overcome, which I'm so blessed because of all that I've been so freely given. Not because of me, but because of God and grace and blessings and people like you. And I want to build a community that promotes love. I'm tired of seeing so many people tear so many people down. I just want to be like Lola. I want us all to be like Lola. And so that's the grieving and that's the celebration. And I'm sorry that it was a little long. I really appreciate you all hearing me out. I want to go back and read some of the comments now and have some fun with you guys tonight. I'm missing everybody. And the 6th, how many days away is the 6th? Can somebody look at your calendar and tell me how many days away the 6th is? I'm shooting myself for not bringing Kleenex out. And then Jana will be here next week, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you, Frugal RV Gal. And Tony says Lola was such a kind human being. She made everyone feel special. Yes, she did. And that's what Megan McDonough says on her live concert. Those people are rare. I mean, everybody every now and then can make people feel special. Everybody every now and then can show up for people and be there for people and hold their tongue or say the right thing or, you know, all of those things. But for somebody, for that to be their nature, their essence, that they just are, that is their being, it's just so rare. 10 nights, yay! 10 nights till KOKO Fest. Thank you, Bev. Thank you, Lisa. Hey, Coy Lake, love you too. Oh, Coy, I almost remembered your name. You might not want it out there anyway, but I almost remembered. Thank you. Thank you, Silver Warrior. And yeah, I get it. A lot of people are always telling me, quit saying sorry, but that's me. um, oh, Robin, I'm glad that you never gave up, and whatever inspires you, whoever inspires you, hang on to that. Megan, I hope that you find connection. Reach for it. Dog for your needs, sweetheart. Becky, I am going to miss you being here so much. I was really looking forward to it, but we'll see each other soon. And, yeah, Bandit's lonely. He loves me, but he's tired of just his mom. And, of course, we got to hang out with Rob and travels with Dottie for a while, and that was wonderful, too. Bev, that's so sweet. And I honestly have so much to do that I'm just amazed that I have time for all of this thinking and feelings. And yes, I still have a rig, Kathy. I haven't burned it down or anything. Hi, Desert Deb. Good to see you. Yes, Jacqueline, kindness. Yes. Sue's at large. I want the world to be like Lola. That is one hell of an epitaph and tribute, and that is true. She was one of the greatest people on the planet. And I know that when people die, a lot of people jump on the bandwagon. I mean, God, my mother was an unkind, cruel person, and people sang her praises when she died. I was just like, and made up stuff. They literally made up stuff. But that is true about Lola. Every day she was like that. So hey, Cardies, good to see you. Let's see. Silver Warrior, I hear you about the auto types. I'm going backwards. Hey, Rosita Garcia from Oxnard, Canada. Good to see you. Let's see. They are tiny parking spaces, aren't they, Suze? I'm like, what? I know that I'm in a big RV now, but I swear parking spaces are getting tiny. Sometimes we can't even find a parking space for Jenna's truck. Kathy drove a box truck through a drive-through. No, that wasn't smart. Not smart, but that probably wasn't good. It could have gone bad. Sue's at large, thank you. Hey, Joan Rock Pringle, good to see you. And thank you all for being on here and for the thumbs up, and I hope that you all are subscribed. Oh, and if you're a patron, I need to tell you please choose a tier by the end of the month. You can't do it through your app. You have to go to patreon.com/login. But I wrote a post about it, but it's not anything I'm doing. Patreon's making everybody choose a tier. I didn't do that on purpose, but you can, if you're at $1 a month, you can still do the $1. Please don't feel like you have to, it's going to increase anything. So I know the Ravens are probably gone because I'm crying. They're probably like, we don't want to be in that camp. So at the Texas Tribute today, and again, thank you all for the super chat tips. At the Texas Tribute today, they had a parade this afternoon. I'm anxious to see pictures of that or something somehow. And you guys, thank you. Every time I know that it's true for any home that you live in, but people think they're going to go buy an old, cheap RV and live in it and be just fine. And it is expensive no matter what you do, no matter what you live in. If you have a home, you have to maintain it. And when you're on Social Security, and even though I work as hard as I can, it's just, we just all need to have compassion for each other. And you guys have just really touched my heart and soul tonight. Thank you. And thank y'all for sharing your faith and your beliefs. And I know Lola was with me that day. She just sat there beside me. It was crazy. She was there probably a good 5 minutes. Just sitting. Just sitting like she does. Yes, true, Cindy, that we were talking about preparing. Oh, I didn't realize I misspoke. Cindy, my cousin wanted to clarify that today when we were talking about fun, that we were preparing. We were talking about preparing for KOKO Fest being fun, not my grief for Lola. Yeah, no, my cousin was not saying anything about grieving, about me not grieving or grieving or. And in fact, she even supported that. She understood I was just overwhelmed right now, and it was nothing negative from her at all, but it would definitely was talking about all of my, not just my KOKO Fest tasks, but my narrator right now for finishing up Keep On Keeping On to make it alive on Audible needs a bunch of stuff from me, and my and also for the next book. I'm being asked to produce a bunch of files this weekend, and it's like it was not a good time. It just wasn't a good morning, and my cousin happened to call right at that moment, and I was like, see. Oh, Tony, I'm so glad that you shared that you went to Lollapalooza, and yeah, and that's the thing. So many lifetime friendships are made at these meetups, that it's just. I'm happy to hold that space, and I can't wait to see everybody. It is a lot of work, but it is so worth it, and it's a lot of work for anybody. But when you have a brain injury and you can't think and you're grieving at the same time, and I'm missing Jana, it's like it sometimes it's just like ah, but I just wanted to get that out tonight. Anyway, I just can't wait to see everybody, and I think I'm caught up on comments now, and I'm so grateful for everybody that was able to be on here. Thank you, and yes, Lisa, I say that every day. Thank God for my cousins. Thank God for I have so many wonderful people in my life, and all of you that are on here every week. Some of you I haven't even met yet, but like Lisa and Cheryl and just all the people that I have met, and Becky and people that I haven't met yet, but people that I feel like I know because we've been on Friday Night Live together forever. Tori Lynn Travels, blessings to you too. And Mary Edwards, thank you so much for saying that. Glenna Russell from SoCal. Yes, Glenna, thank you for that beautiful sentiment. And, I was telling my cousin and my friend that texted me, Tracy, today, that her words just, I read her text over and over this afternoon, and it was finally, Michelle, yes, thank you. And I should know that. KOKO Fam member Michelle, and I'm so glad you love your book. Thank you for reminding me, though. Mary Minix, love you too. Looking forward to seeing you. But let's see. Squirrel. Anyway, just so many. Oh, Tracy that sent me that text, and I read it over and over and over until it gave me courage. And I didn't post that I was going to hold this live until 2:00 because I had all these people in my head saying, you shouldn't cry in front of people and go on YouTube and be dramatic and all that. And I'm not trying to be that. I just am sharing from my heart. And you guys that are on here know that. And I love you for that. Oh my goodness, Bev, thank you for sharing my books with anybody and everybody. I really, really helped that. I really, really appreciate that. I was reading Becky's comment, does music help while grieving? Yes, I've been listening to a lot of my old favorites. Megan McDonough. I don't know if you guys know Jana Stanfield, but she has a wonderful song called Butterfly. That's beautiful. You should maybe want to look that up. Jana Stanfield, Butterfly. And If I Were Brave, it talks about if you knew that you couldn't fail, what would you do? And another one that Megan has is amazing. You will do amazing things. Michael Gott There is only love. There is only love. Anyway, yes, I've been listening to that. And oh, Brenda R says she just bought my book. And oh, I didn't do a giveaway this week, you guys. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll do. No, next week I'll be in KOKO Fest. We'll do a live from KOKO Fest, and I forgot to put that on the schedule. But we'll do a live from KOKO Fest, but I don't know if I'll do a giveaway next week or not. But Brenda, I'm wondering, which book did you read? I mean, which book did you buy? Thank you for buying my book, and thank you all, anybody that shares my books and tells others about it. I just appreciate it so much. But let's see. I think I'm caught up on comments. If Brenda R is still on here, I was wondering what book she bought. And I've just started my 10th book. I haven't even done a good job of promoting the Audible. Oh, good, Brenda. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, email me and let me know. I'm happy to answer it. So The Journey Begins is out on audiobook, and my narrator is finishing up. Keep on keeping on Audible. By the end of the year, you guys, the whole trilogy will be on Audible and Apple audiobooks, and I'm so thrilled for that. I got a lot of work to do this weekend to do my part on what they're waiting on to contractually to get that stuff done. But it's an exciting time, and I just started my 10th book. And have I told y'all what it's about? Have I told anybody about it? I can't remember. I'm kind of losing time and space. Yay, Cheryl, you take care of yourself and drive safely, sweetheart. Love you too, and we'll see you soon. Yes, Enya is beautiful too. And Becky, I love her music too. May It Be. I'll listen to that. So yes, and then every now and then I'll put on some dance music and just dance and party. Anybody traveling, be safe, especially if you're coming, well, no matter where you're going, but for those coming to KOKO Fest, please be safe, and that's all that matters, is getting here safely so that we can see you and be together. But I don't know if I've told anybody what my book is about or not, but the 10th book is, it has to do with somebody going even into, do I want to reveal that? Yes, I'm going to reveal it. About somebody going into the witness protection program. I think I did maybe read a little bit about that to you. I'm not sure. But yes, dancing is good therapy. I just want to close with saying a little bit about KOKO Fest. Again, it is here at City of Rocks State Park in New Mexico. Oh, good, Frugal. Thank you, honey. I don't remember anything without you here. Thank you. But it is November 6th through 10. Some of our raffle items include a Berkey, water travel Berkey, a 100-watt solar panel, and then other things. All kinds of things in the raffle, and I can't remember what all else right now. I know a lot of people, and somebody is crocheting a quilt. Crocheting a lap throw, I think. I think that we may have a tent in the raffle. That will be confirmed probably this weekend. But then there's also all kinds of smaller things that are going to be lots of fun. Everybody that attends gets a goodie bag and gets a free ticket to the raffle. But then you can also buy raffle tickets for the chance to win a cash pot. So we'll have two different raffles. One is the raffle items, and one is a cash pot. And we're going to have lots of classes, and we're going to have cook-off, and we're having a huge star party. They do star parties here at City of Rocks. They have an observatory and the huge telescope. And they are going to do a private star party just for KOKO Fest. And so that's a big deal. And I've been trying to get that every year, and finally they agreed, and I'm so grateful for that. So the itinerary is on the KF23 Facebook group, and so I hope you can make it. And oh, good, Silver Warrior, glad you're here. You're stuck with us too. All right, everybody. Love you guys, and y'all have a good night. And nice to see warm sun. Yeah, I'm a couple of hours away from dark here yet, and it's still t-shirt weather during the day, but it does get cold. And here in New Mexico, I don't know other places, but there's a big front coming through on Monday, so everybody check your weather. It's going to be freezing, and I'm very grateful to have heat. Love you too, Lisa. Love you all. Thank you. Love you, Lisa. Check your heat. Make sure you've got propane if you're traveling or camping, and that you're going to be safe. Blessings to everybody there at the Lollapalooza tribute event in Texas. Oh, whoa, Nellie is on here. I wish y'all could too. I just did not get to spend enough quality time with y'all last year, and have missed you. And maybe next year that would be great. And if you're going to be in the Southwest, I would love to see you guys again. Mary, looking forward to seeing you. Judy Val, good to see you. Tell everybody there at the spot I said hello, and I love y'all. Thank you, Becky. I feel that. And everybody stay safe, stay warm, and thanks for the thumbs up, and be sure you subscribe. See you down the road. Keep on keeping on no matter what, one day at a time, everybody. Love you. Bye.